bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Hey, what's happening? Happy Thursday, good afternoon, and welcome. It's the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app, powered by Happy State Bank. Alongside the one and only George Christopher Snead, I'm Chois Woodman. Clint Scott across the way handling us. Y'all can chime in. Yates Flooring Center chat line. You can watch us on TV if you'd like. However you're taking us in, we are glad that you've chosen to make us part of your Thursday. Chime in through the app, and you can take the app anywhere with you, even if you're out on Dead Man Lake in Alaska. Ayo Sneeder.
What's up? What'd it do?
We are getting closer to a football game between Kansas State and Texas Tech this weekend. We will talk about that. Lots of other odds and ends I'd like to get into today, including some coaching rumors out there and some weird stuff with the LSU coaching situation and AD situation going on. The governor.
So they're going to be looking for a new athletic director, right?
When he says that, they've got to be, yeah. Saying the AD, he's not picking out our coach.
When you're taking away one of the key pieces of someone's job, that's like if Jamie came in here and is like, yeah, we're not going to let Choice host a show or talk on the mic.
Yeah, he can't talk today. He's going to sit here, but he's not going to talk. Yeah, that very weird. More screwing around with the injury reports by Utah and others. So something's got to be done.
Let them.
No, something needs to be done. It's a bad look for the conference. Either have them or don't have them. Don't do something halfway. That's my point. I don't care if you don't have them.
Yeah.
Get rid of them altogether. But if you're going to have them, everybody has to play by the same rules. It's as simple as that.
Even in that vein, there's still a little level of trust you have to have.
That's fine, but for teams like Utah and Arizona that are just blatantly flipping the bird to the conference,
fast and loose with the rules.
Right. And you can't do that because guess what happens in the NFL if you do that?
Yeah, you get fined. You
get fined or lose draft picks.
Yeah.
We don't have draft picks to lose.
I tell you what, if they start taking cash off the NIL, start limiting the number of...
Yeah, so there's that. We've, of course... we'll talk about other games in the Big 12 this weekend. I want to get Snead's take on something interesting with the UIL this week. Came out a couple days ago, but interesting story there.
Mm-hmm.
We got video game updates. Clint's going with a boo. Okay.
Well, not that it's a video game update. What the update is?
It's just updated players.
Oh, I thought you were doing the basketball one.
Oh, no.
Did you see the basketball one?
I missed this news.
The NBA game, they have like 16 colleges that they usually, something like that.
Yeah.
And they had 4 Big 12 schools and Tech was snubbed.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's stupid.
Okay.
I won't buy it.
I just don't care.
Yeah, I probably wasn't going to anyway.
Yeah. So, that's
fine. I tell you, so y'all knew I went all in on the gaming system
a year ago.
Bought a new TV, bought a new everything for it.
Yeah, you and I did this at the same time.
Yeah, and do you remember what Kaylee texted in?
No, I do not.
She texted in, can I have that when you quit playing it?
You gave it to Kaylee?
I'm going to ship it to her here.
Oh, man. Have you even played this year's version?
No.
This year's version is better than last year's.
I've purchased this year's version.
You purchased it and haven't even played it?
I haven't even turned that thing.
Play it before you ship it off.
I haven't even turned that thing on. Kaylee, who lives in another city, has played that more this year than I have.
Play it before you ship it off, this year's version, because there's a pretty good Texas Tech football team on there that's fun to play with. So, just saying.
And if you just happen to be another Big 12 school, like I have with 3 other dynasties working my way up, and you run across them on the schedule, so not fun. It's stupid.
Hard to beat them.
Hard to beat Tech?
Yeah,
it's
Tech
hard to
is really
score
good
on
in
their
the game.
defense.
Yeah, the defense is really good.
Can't do nothing, huh?
I'm telling you, just play the game one time before you ship it off. Especially since you've already purchased.
I'm going to take it to her at Christmas, so
Okay.
I've got time.
Yeah.
But I told Kaylee, yeah, you were right. she
good.
boldly predicted. She goes, can I have that when you quit playing that?
The only way Snead would have played it is if we set up some sort of like dynasty here at the station or something. You would have got into it then because you're a competitive person.
Yeah, I would have done something. But here's, I just there's too many things you got to do, and I just I don't have time to go recruit and
I hardly
like that.
play it at
You
all.
can just sit down and play a game, right? You don't have to start all the stuff. There's just a
you can just
thing
play
where
with
you
the
can
Red
just
Raiders.
play a game.
I do that. I did that last year, and after I get back from my game and watch my game film and grade another game and all this, you know what I don't want to do? Is play a college football game.
Fair enough.
I'm like, I thought I would enjoy it. I just never got the time to do it.
I get it. Yeah, I hardly play at all. I might play once a week, if that, but it's not.
I don't even get that. And Kaylee would enjoy it, and she's got a older system, and so I'm going to give her that. It'll be her early Christmas present.
I hope she's not listening.
She already knows. I already told her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, umpire just got smoked.
Smacked him. So we'll talk all sorts of stuff with the Red Raiders. It's time to exercise some demons, Snead. It just simply
absolutely.
is. We've got
exercise the demons.
Yeah.
This house is clear. This house is clear.
That phrase has been ruined because of Ace Ventura.
Happy
Yeah.
Halloween.
For what? 2 decades now? When did that movie come out?
That's how I hear it in my head. Every time I say
I have exercised
the demons. That's
not what it sounded like
in my head.
in Poltergeist when she did that.
No. So, but it is time for the Red Raiders, the day after Halloween, to exercise some demons against this K-State team. You are a better football team in every facet than Kansas State is this year. You are, period. The deal is, Snead, all you've got working against you this weekend is history. That's what it is. And you haven't won a game. We've got a replay on of the 2015 game. I believe, this was the last time you won a game against Kansas State. Patrick Mahomes was your quarterback. The last time you won there, Graham Harrell was your quarterback.
Yeah.
So it's time to get past that stuff. It doesn't matter about that purple kitty on the helmet. It doesn't matter about anything in the history of this series because you have had better teams and lost to them in that frame. Kansas State is the least sexy thing that you can imagine.
Well, the difference, I think, going up there this year is that in your NIL hall, you got a defense of players that don't give a blank about what happened last year.
They don't.
They were at Mississippi State. They were at Georgia Tech. They were at Stanford. They were doing their own thing somewhere else. And the Texas Tech-Kansas State rivalry in the 10, 11 years plus consecutive, they don't know about that. They don't care about that.
Did you hear Coach McGuire talk about this? Because I was thinking of the same way, like, hey, it's all of these guys that are here for a year. But he mentioned, like, Jacob Rodriguez has never actually played in a game against Kansas State. Like, some guys that have been here.
It is kind of crazy. Yeah, and Avery Johnson, I guess you played them 2 years ago because you didn't play him last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he had his coming out party against Texas Tech. So
that was in Lubbock, right?
That was in Lubbock, yeah.
That's still the best game he's ever played of college football.
It legitimately is.
And kind of made him that. I mean, a 5-touchdown game, right? Was that what that? Yeah.
It raised people's expectations too high for the rest of his career.
And all he did was grow his hair longer.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It's a Thursday afternoon on the Bottom Line. 100.7 The Score, the 100.7 The Score mobile app. Appreciate you making us part of your Thursday. We'll return to more of your Texas Tech, Kansas State thoughts coming up shortly. Snead, first I want to get your take real quick on something that came out earlier this week. The University Interscholastic League, bans foreign exchange students from Texas varsity sports.
So, at first I was like, what's the big deal? And then you go on and you hear that there's lots of recruiting.
Basically, there's programs that funnel them in. Yeah.
Specific
programs that are having.
Which, I mean, so if you're recruiting guys from overseas to come over and be a foreign exchange student, then that should be illegal.
So,
but we always had that joke because eight-man Kansas over here.
Yeah,
we always had a kid from Spain specifically, and for some reason we had like 2 or 3 every single year.
In basketball?
In football,
and he would be our kicker.
Yep.
Wow. He'd be the one kid that's ever played soccer in his life.
Fair enough.
And I remember 4 straight years of high school football, 4 straight Spanish kid kickers. It was awesome.
So the council
will always take one from Spain.
Yeah, and they never had to run at practice or anything. They're like, hey, if you want to, you can do more, but this is what we want you to do.
We want you to hit the oblong spheroid through the little H's down there on the end of the building.
So the council approved a 2-year pilot program to allow optional water polo spring training that begins immediately. The program would allow for 15 practices, blah, blah. So that's the water. The pilot status is being removed from a policy that allows coaches to coach up to 2 players in state association. Oh, I'm looking at the other wrong.
I was like, what are you talking? Because that doesn't sound like a
different rule there. No, okay. So they are doing this. They will have an appeal process on this.
Of course there will.
Well, I think they should, because there are situations where guys are not, gals are not moving to America to play varsity.
We had a kid on our soccer team that was from Sweden, and and this kid showed up, and he was not a move in for that. I mean. Out in El Paso, they had all these kids from the German Air Force who had a base out there. So there's a lot of German kids matriculating through high schools in Texas, and so you had that in El Paso at least. So I mean, if you were to exclude these guys, I mean.
So what they're actually trying to do also is
ring signal is Swedish for ringer, by the way.
Nice. So they actually have, they're targeting, some of these superintendents are actually targeting open enrollment next. They're wanting this to be a stepping stone towards open enrollment.
Just having open enrollment.
Sports, athletes being able to.
Just go wherever you want.
Well, they better put the right rules around that.
That's what's going on in El Paso.
Well, but everybody's open enrollment out there.
Yeah.
In El Paso ISD.
You could, El Paso, Minnesota. You can go wherever you want.
So... But they better put the right rules around this, because honestly, my kids are in open enrollment, but there's nothing that has to do with. I mean, my kids play or participate in athletics, but they've been going to that school for a really long time.
What ends up happening is like all the kids that are really good in soccer and good in wrestling go to Hanks. All the kids that are really good in football go to Eastwood.
That it happens, and I get there's cheating going on, but blanket rules are generally bad rules. When you just blanket stuff without, looking into stuff, it can cause some issues. Anyway, just thought it was interesting. It's peculiar with the UIL, but I also get why they do it. You know what's going to happen now, Snead?
What?
Everybody's going to go to private schools.
TAPS.
Yeah.
I said that yesterday right off the bat. That said TAPS is about to get loaded with, inundated with.
Which they already do.
Yeah.
Most of them probably already.
And which is why a lot of districts, I know some of the local district schools here, LSD, won't play some of those because they feel like they're, for whatever reason, I don't know. I mean, you have to ask those guys what their reasons for, but there's a strong feeling that maybe that's the reason why they're not playing them.
You know what they call the best public school players, right? Untapped potential.
Oh, hey-oh.
Hey-oh.
Dad joke of the day coming your way at 1:45 today. This one from the chat line. McGuire can use that as motivation, meaning they have dominated us and it's time to turn the tide. He can, or he can choose the opposite because there's so many guys that haven't played K-State before and say, hey, we know we've got to win every game in front of us, so this is just the next one. I don't know what the right answer is. Is it to bring up the history or is it to leave it alone?
I don't either because, right after we went off the air and during the break, the first thing I said was, we have all these guys that don't know the history of this, and so they're not going to care that we've lost 18 or however many in a row to these guys.
9 in a row, 12 out of 13.
They're also not going to care that we've, they don't have any investment in this. One and done guys. I don't need investment in this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I thought it was the last 8, but that could be
8
wrong.
in a row.
Okay, yeah.
My fault.
Wow, a little predictive there by Choice. All right, well, if things go wrong on Saturday, everybody remember this moment right here.
12 out of 13 was correct. Someone says, weren't you a better football team against Arizona State too? Yep, you were.
You also didn't have.
But
Aaron
you know
Rodgers.
what? As we just said,
Also didn't have your starting quarterback.
you went down to, you were on the road at the defending conference champion in a sold out and hostile environment with your backup quarterback. They got every sports bounce in the world. They got every call in that game. They got a legit call in that game where a flag thrown was taken off the board. Right, wrong, or indifferent. That did happen. And with all of that happening, everything that we just described, with 3 seconds to go, you were throwing a 28-yard pass into the end zone, which your receiver got both hands on, and you would have won the game.
Snead, it's well established. I'm not that good at math. Not on-air math. I can actually do math when there's no pressure. But what's the percentage?
I've seen unpressured math. It's not much better.
What's
Unpressured math, horse name.
What's 7 out of 8? What's the percentage on that?
That's probably like 7/8.
Okay, I got the fraction. Thank you. What's the percentage there?
I would say that's probably somewhere north of 85%.
Okay, you have blown out teams. 85% of your possibilities this year.
What do you say, 78 to 85%? Is that right?
I don't know. Again, that's why I asked you. I didn't want to.
I think 87.5%.
Look at me.
Is that it? 87?
Right, because it would be plus 12.5.
I guess 8.875%.
Yeah, 87. You guys are welcome.
Wait a second. I said north of 85%.
But I said the actual percentage.
I didn't have,
If we're doing a math quiz, you wouldn't get the point. If you
I was
wrote
told there
down-
would be no math.
Then why are you doing it?
Yeah.
If we're doing a quiz and it's like, what's 3 times 4? And you're like, north of 10. You don't get the point.
Well, you know what? Horseshoes, hand grenades.
That's against your argument.
Yeah, things that math are not.
Yeah, math is not.
Math is one of the most precise things in the world.
Close doesn't count.
Close does count.
If we're asking for a round number. Has the Big 12 commented or fined ASU for throwing things on the field? No, they have not, and they will not because we're past Wednesday. So.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
So, why are so many outlets picking Kansas State to beat Tech? Is it history? It seems like this matchup favors Tech this year.
It does.
Say history.
I think history. They look at that and just say
it's the popular upset pick this week. And that's fine. That's fine. Old Razzle Dazzle says, shout out to the Hanks Kerchiefs.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite schools out there.
Hanks Kerchiefs.
Let's go Kerchiefs. Wipe the floor with them.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Pretty good. Yeah. Look, for fans, this is about exercising demons.
Yes, it really is.
That's what it is.
Your
fans,
team is not exercising.
For Jeff McGuire.
You got to stop saying exercise the demons.
Exercise
the demons.
10 times in my head.
How else do I say it then?
This locker room is clear.
Just say it's an exorcism.
You've got to forget the history.
The exorcism is for the fans this weekend. There are so many players on this team that don't have a clue of how it's felt. Your starting quarterback does. And if you want extra motivation, he's got some in the pocket there. Keep him upright.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
On to hour number 2. It's the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app. TSportsNetwork.com and on TV, Fox 34 News Now. However, wherever you're joining us from, we are happy you've decided to do so on this Thursday afternoon alongside Jamie Lent. I'm Chois Woodman. Brennan Riker drops in to take care of us You can also join us with your thoughts, your comments, your questions. All of it welcome on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through the 100.7 The Score mobile app. You can even listen in if you're out in Hell Creek, Kansas.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like that lovely of a place.
It does not.
Happy Hallows Eve. We will continue to talk about exercising demons. The Red Raiders trying to get right against Kansas State. We'll get into more of that matchup. We'll talk about what to watch out for in the Big 12 Conference this weekend. College football news has predicted every remaining game of the Big 12 again.
Okay.
Like they did last week. And
so I assume there's some changes from last week?
A couple, yeah.
Okay.
Not a lot, but tell you what they think the Big 12 will shake out as moving forward. What's up, Jamie? How are you?
I'm good. I'm really looking forward to the Red Raiders getting over this Kansas State hump.
Me too. And this is no offense to your brethren on the morning drive. I'm just ready for Jeff McGuire to quit talking about it too. He's harped on it for years, and and you've been owned by Kansas State for years, so I get it. But I'm ready to get this one in the books and hopefully on the right side. As we said earlier, Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback the last time you won. Graham Harrell, the quarterback the last time you won there.
Mm-hmm.
So
those two are both good.
They are.
Could we use either one of them in a reserve role this weekend in case Baron Morton gets hurt?
Dang it. Graham's bye week was last week. Shoot.
Yeah.
Pat's isn't till next week. Oh, we're just sandwiched around the wrong.
Yeah, if he wants to take this weekend off, he's free too.
Well, it's not that long of a drive from KC to Manhattan, right?
True.
He can just hop in the car. And,
I think he should just take this week off. His team can do without him.
Oh, he's in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That is a long drive.
They have planes there too.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Not any that can land on a runway. My vision of Buffalo is snow all the time, even in August. It's just like
pretty much.
There's 20 inches of snow on the ground at all times in Buffalo in my mind. I think I've been through Buffalo once, and it wasn't that way, but I think it was at like 3 a.m. and stopped at McDonald's there. So
I hear the McDonald's in Buffalo is beautiful this time of year. Yeah,
it's two of Jamie's favorite things: Buffalo, New York, and McDonald's. So
there you go.
This was before I knew you too. We were on our way to Niagara Falls. So, what's your confidence level this weekend?
It's going up, honestly, as the week has gone along.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're usually the opposite way. You find reasons that...
Yeah, it doesn't mean I'm not nervous, whatever, but
sure.
I think I'm... The fact that... the more I think about it, their struggles with stopping the run, I think, is just massive in this game. And because I feel like the struggles that we've had the last couple of weeks is because we haven't been able to run the football. And I think a major reason that we haven't been able to run the football is that teams have loaded the box against us because they're not respecting our ability to, pass to the outside and really attack all areas of the field. And I think with Morton back in, your passing game will loosen up defenses and force them to stop putting so many in the box, stop playing so close to the line of scrimmage, and it'll ultimately end up completely opening things up for the run game. So I think maybe you lean on the pass early, and that sets up the run, and that leads to a big day on offense.
The passing defense hasn't been great for K-State either. So, they're below average in both categories. 12th in the Big 12. And, you've seen the last couple of results for them. Wins over TCU and Kansas are good-looking wins. But you look at both of those games, and there's a pretty big common factor of taking the football away and some sloppy play by the opposite teams. Josh Hoover and Jalen Daniels were very loose with the football in each of those games. So that's obviously, that usually is paramount when you're in a road football game anyway, is taking care of the football. I don't know that their offense keeps up with your offense if Texas Tech takes care of the football.
Yeah, no doubt. Against your defense, I can't see that happening unless you are giving them extra opportunities with turnovers and not only giving them the ball more, but taking it away from you.
Yeah, and most games for Texas Tech, it's been the opposite. You've been taking it away at a big clip. You've been able to really...
And Kansas State has been good in that too, not just as good as you.
Yeah.
I mean, they really used 4 turnovers last week against Kansas. And I also look at their big numbers offensively, and people talk about them being so much better now offensively than they were early in the year. Well, I wouldn't call TCU or Kansas the better defenses in the Big 12 Conference.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close. Yeah. So I'm kind of with you. As this week's gone along, my confidence is built a little bit more and more. And part of it is just in who Texas Tech is as a football team. What you've done well this year. And, oh, by the way, getting number 2 back in the backfield should make a big difference for your offense. And what you stated just a little bit ago, they're going to have to respect his arm. Because if he doesn't, then carve up. Go to work and go over the top and let your receivers make big plays. And if they stack the box full, that's exactly what I expect to happen. If they don't, then you should be able to run with number 8 and number 20.
Yep.
Because you've got – I think that's one thing we don't talk about much is you really do have a well-rounded offense. You don't necessarily have a guy that's –
You do when Baron Morton's behind center.
Correct.
I don't think your offense is as well-rounded.
I don't – yeah.
When you have the other guys back there.
Yep. But you haven't had necessarily a skill position player that stood out among the rest. They've each have had games that have been better than others. You've had a big Coy Aiken game. You've had a big Cam Dickey game. You've had some big Jacoby Williams games. But all in all, you've got weapons all over. And if they key on one guy, you should be able to take advantage with others. Tell us what you think. We welcome your thoughts on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We'll get to those predictions, what it looks like moving forward for the rest of the Big 12, according to College Football News. It's the bottom line. Hang until 3 o'clock on 100.7 Score.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Thanks for hanging out on a Thursday afternoon. It's the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 Score mobile app. Choice Jamie Brennan all with you this afternoon. Keep the commentary rolling in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. See, this weekend's a big weekend, Jamie, for Texas Tech in more ways than one. There we go.
Okay.
Obviously, the most important thing is to win against Kansas State and keep your Big 12 title and college football playoff hopes alive.
Okay.
But also on Saturday, the number 1 quarterback in the 2027 class is going to announce his commitment. And he is down to Texas Tech, Texas, Colorado, and Florida State. Kavion Bryant.
Man. What's Colorado selling right now?
Probably the same thing everybody else is, money.
Money?
I would guess. I don't know. You can sell, and I don't know, maybe everybody's the same amount of money, and then it gets into actual sales
how
after
good
that.
Is your team? And
maybe Colorado's selling, hey, it's wide open. You get the job as soon as you get here.
That's fair. Yep.
Maybe. I don't know, but
sometimes that matters.
Sometimes it does. But this is the 2027 class, so you've still got to figure something out for next year if Will Hammond's not healthy to go. And I think we'll see that in the offseason.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't expect you're going to bring some guy in and any freshman would come in and be in a situation to start here at quarterback.
No. So, big weekend on that front.
Well, I hope that goes well.
Me too.
Quarterbacks are kind of important.
It would be fun to win that sort of battle over, Texas for the number one quarterback in the state.
Yeah.
Because they usually get that. Them or A&M usually get the number one quarterback in the state. So, it'd be a fun one. All right, so College Football News has put out every Big 12 game picked moving forward. So the games, we don't have to go through everybody, but there are teams we'll hone in on specifically. Who would you like to hear about the rest of the way?
Give me BYU.
BYU first. They have BYU going 4-4 over their last. 2-2 over their last 4 games. That'd be really hard to do. 4-4 over the last 4. 2-2 over the last 4 games.
Okay.
So they have BYU losing the 2 tough road matchups.
Cincinnati and the Red Raiders. Okay, so give me Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, they have losing 2 of the games as well.
Which 2?
At Utah, and then their chance to basically get in at TCU. The very final game.
Yeah.
We've seen that story before where a team needs 1 win, even if it's against a team that they've been better against. We've seen teams melt in the opportunity.
I saw Cincinnati lost their running back, at least for this week.
Yes.
As well, so that can't help.
Does not bode well for...
Man, if Cincinnati was in that spot to not get it done in Fort Worth would just be shocking.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It would be surprising, but I think TCU's a good enough team to play spoiler.
So these fellas that we're speaking about here, they got Texas Tech playing Houston in the Big 12 championship game?
Not so fast, my friend. College Football News has Houston winning it against West Virginia and then losing an upset at UCF. Also losing at Baylor. So they're having Houston stumble down the stretch. So that would make the Cougars a 3-loss Big 12 team, and they're out.
Wow. The Baylor one wouldn't shock me.
Baylor would not, but the
Is
UCF
this week?
It is next week. West Virginia is this week. Okay. It's at UCF next week.
Mm-hmm.
They also have...
I don't know. I don't know. That wouldn't be the biggest shock ever.
So they also have Texas Tech losing this week and winning the next 3 to finish with a 10-2 mark. They've got Utah winning all 4 of their next 4. Also finishing 10-2, and Texas Tech and Utah facing off in the Big 12 championship.
Wow.
What a crazy finish that would be.
Would a next 4 weeks of excitement and ups and downs and head scratching and all of that would be.
If we're putting percentages on it, I wouldn't say that scenario is that likely to.
I wouldn't either.
To get there, but I also don't think it's crazy. Now there's some that are stretches. Houston losing to UCF, that's a stretch to me. Everything else outside of that, they're all losable games for those teams. It's not. I don't think there's much outside of that would be like, whoa, can't believe that one happened. At TCU is probably the next biggest stretch for Cincinnati to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, TCU's a 6-2 team right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it.
Just like last year.
Didn't we say that last year?
Yeah.
I was about to say that they were an 8-4 team that felt like a 6-6 team.
Yeah.
Somehow they just kept scratching out wins. And maybe that's who Sonny Dykes is. Maybe.
Find a way.
Let's see, from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. It's always cold in Orchard Park. McDonald's is always so, and also always tasty. Thank you for texting in, Jamie. I did get corrected by my dad, who's apparently listening. We went through Syracuse at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Guess what? It's always cold there, too.
And we ate the McDonald's in Syracuse. We actually went through Buffalo in daylight. So,
what year was this? Why didn't you stop by and say hi?
You would have been in East Texas at that point.
Oh, okay.
Because that would have been circa 2004.
Yeah.
Maybe 5. It's been a while. I need to go back.
In Texas.
Wonder if Colorado is selling Dion, and maybe that's also why Florida State is in the mix, since there's separation. Speculation that he could end up there. If you're Florida State and you get rid of your coach, what would Dion be the right hire?
Not with what he's doing right now.
I mean, but Dion's shown he can coach with good players.
Right.
You should be able to get good players at Florida State.
He's also shown he can recruit.
Correct.
But why didn't he have good players this year?
I don't have an answer for you on that one.
Yeah, because he didn't recruit well enough.
No. And everybody's hurt, but it's part of it. I think, Jamie, did you see have you seen the rumors about Kenny Dillingham and LSU?
Have not seen the rumors.
Okay, they're floating around there. I mean,
sounds like a fun little combination.
We're getting. It would be an interesting combination for sure. Mm-hmm. Over under 1.5 jobs open in the Big 12 this offseason. I think.
I'll take the over.
So you think we get movement?
One gets moved, and the other makes the choice to move himself.
Who gets moved? I've got a name.
Dave Aranda.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yep. I think he's gone.
I think he's got to. They got to look good finishing this thing, or I think people are going to say we're only going to get so far with him.
Yep, I agree. And I think Dillingham's probably the guy that's most likely to bounce because he's going to have some options out there. And doesn't seem to be tied down, but I don't know. We'll see. He is an Arizona State grad, I think, right?
I do not know.
It's the bottom line on 100.7 Score.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It's a Thursday afternoon on the Bottom Line, 100.7 Score, and the 100.7 The Score mobile app. Choice Jamie Brennan all with you this afternoon. And turn to more of your thoughts from the Yates Flooring Center chat line coming up shortly. Right now, it is time for a question.
Time now for Jamie's question of the day on 100.7 The Score. Presented by Connecticut of West Texas. Life's hard, your water shouldn't be.
All right, Choice, Brennan, and our fine listening audience. You cannot say turnovers. You cannot say points scored or points allowed. What is the most important stat in this matchup with Kansas State tomorrow?
I'm going to go a little bit off the wall on this one. We're going just one stat. We don't get to pick one on each side of the ball?
Nope.
Okay.
It could be a comparison or something.
Let's go first down yardage. I think so often we look to third down conversions and those sorts of things. First down is as important as any down, if not the most important, because it sets up second and third downs. And I think if you look at your offense when it's been flowing,
I think, in Arizona State, you were horrible on
terrible.
First down.
Yeah, you were sitting 2nd and 8 or worse almost every play. The majority of the plays, I think you were 2nd and 8 or worse. So first down yardage, I think, is vital to get your offense back on track.
Okay.
So average yards per play on first down.
All right. I like it.
I think that goes for both sides, where you force Avery Johnson into throwing situations where you can pin yours back and go after him too.
For me, I think it's going to be your rush yards. I think if you have a great day on the ground, you're probably winning. You're winning this football game because your success on the ground opens so much up for your offense, and really your offense is going to be the thing that people are kind of interested about in this game on Saturday. But if you run the ball well and you have a great day on the ground, it probably means you're also setting yourself up for the pass game and also succeeding in that. So I'm going to say rush yards against Kansas State's defense.
I am 100% in agreement with Brandon on this one. I think it has to be about the run game. I think the team that wins the battle along the offense-defensive line wins this game. And if Tech wins it, then I think Tech wins by 14 plus.
Mm-hmm.
If Kansas State wins it, we're in a dogfight. You can lose this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the run game is so important in this game. You got to be better than you were the last couple of weeks running the football.
And it all comes down to helping Bear Morton get back in his first start back. Because if you can't run the football, you're putting Morton back there to throw it more than you probably want him to in this game. And, injuries can always happen in a football game. We know that. But there's more chances for Kansas State to get after Morton if you're throwing it more than you need to.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're putting yourself in 3rd and long, and they don't have to respect a draw or whatever.
Could we all be right? Because I do like y'all's answer, but I also think it factors hand in hand with the first down yardage.
Sure.
So if you can run the ball
on first down,
4 yards a pop on first down,
yeah,
and I'm gonna feel pretty good about what you do. And largely, again, you look back at your successes on offense this season, you've been able to run the ball on first down. You've been able for Cam Dickey to power through, or Jacoby Williams to pop off and break a good one. So yeah, I think that it's interesting we both went, I guess all three went to the offensive side of the ball. Because I don't think there's a stat on defense that necessarily is going to tell the story in this game. I mean, if you get 9 sacks, then that's going to tell a story. But
sure,
I'm not going to sit here and say sacks are the story, because you've been able to have huge sack number games and be successful, and you've had minimal sack number games. The pressures have always been there this year. I mean, Oklahoma State almost never gave you a chance to get a sack last week because of the way their offense was designed and set up. They didn't want Sam Jackson to be in sack situations.
Sure.
So, yeah, I think this is. I think this is on the offensive side, and that's why we're kind of focused in on that. A few different answers from the chat lines. Chat line says no penalties. You don't have to have none, but did you have a 1 penalty game against Oklahoma State?
I think so. Yeah,
that's a good number.
That's a great number.
I think if you're under 5 penalties or 5 or under in this game, you're still sitting in a pretty good situation. I'd love to limit pre-snap penalties because, again, that factors into a lot of times first down yardage. We've had a lot of 1st and 15s on the road this year because of some false starts. Old Razzle Dazzle, somewhat cheating the system, says Jamie, points scored off of turnovers. That's not. I mean, that could be 0-0 though.
Sure.
And it not factor in as much. Red zone touchdowns, not field goals. Yeah, your red zone touchdown percentage would be a big one. But you can have
if you scored all of your touchdowns from outside the red zone.
That's okay.
Then that wouldn't be a big stat.
You're correct. You can make almost any stat not that big. The 2 that we said are going to factor in no matter what.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they're throughout the game. But there are ones where they could be big or important stats. I honestly think you could play a game. This game could turn out very similar to Houston, to be honest. Honestly, Houston and Kansas State are pretty similar offenses. Defensive-wise, Houston's a better football team than Kansas State is. So it wouldn't shock me to see a low-scoring slugfest early on and you be able to stretch it out later. And you've done that in several games so far. Third down defense will be huge, someone says.
Getting off the field, forcing punts.
Yeah, their third down percentage is pretty big. A lot of times you can play really good defense, and I'm talking about any defense, on first and second down. And then if you have a playmaker on offense that goes and makes plays, we've got Pat Mahomes on in front of us. He was the king of that. The number of times they were in third and long, and Pat Mahomes would make a play. I'm not saying Avery Johnson's Pat Mahomes, but anytime you have a mobile quarterback,
it's good because I would punch you right in the face.
That's a little violent, Jamie. Just for comparing the two? I wouldn't compare the two. They're not close. Man, you were the biggest Avery Johnson hater. I think you may have Chuck and Clint beat on Avery Johnson hate.
Yeah, I don't dislike Kansas State, just Avery Johnson.
And I don't think Jamie's disdain, it's not hatred, but disdain for Avery Johnson grew to the level it was until we were at Big 12 Media Days and Jamie saw him in person. And that's where it's like,
I just think
quarterbacks shouldn't have hair like that.
I just think he's so overhyped.
I agree with you.
I think he's so overhyped.
He was coming into the season.
Yeah.
I think he's about regular hyped at this point.
I just think from the get-go, yes, he ran all over us that first game, and
still his best game.
Yes, it was one of those games where we prepared for their big immobile quarterback, and all of a sudden they changed course in the middle of the game, and we weren't ready for it.
Not at
give
all.
him credit for it. That was a great game plan. But since then, he has not proven to be a great quarterback. He looks like a great athlete, but not a great quarterback.
Yeah. Contain him. Be good running the football. Texas Tech should win this game by double digits.
This has been the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 100-7thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.